Hello, my name is John Fairchild, and I'd like to welcome you to another presentation of Night in Bethlehem this year on behalf of Grace Community Church. This is the 8th time we've put this presentation on, and to be honest with you, it's a lot of hard work, and when it's all over, we're all very tired. Sometimes afterwards we ask ourselves, why do we do this anyway? That's a good question. First of all, it's a good story, a very good story. It has heroes and villains. It has emotional highs and lows. It has intrigue, wonder, and mystery, and many twists and turns in the plot line. It has all the classical elements of an enduring human story that we all enjoy. It's also a true story. It took place in human history at the height of the power of the Roman Empire. It took place in real places and towns that are still on our maps today, such as Jerusalem, Bethlehem, Judea, with Rome in the background. And it also has political figures in it who lived during that time and are in our history books. Caesar Augustus and King Herod, for example. It's a true story. And lastly, it's a very important story. The most important person who ever lived on planet Earth, the most influential person, is none other than Jesus of Nazareth. And the story of Christmas records for us the details of how he came to us and of his birth. And it begins to tell us why he came also. An important story for us all. I love to hear the comments of people after they've come through the presentation of Night in Bethlehem. Some people say they've come every year for several years in a row and that it helps to ground them in their faith as they enter the Christmas season. One person said to me that they had been through many nativity scenes and presentations over the years, but this was the first time they really learned something. That made me happy to hear that. One woman pointed to her 9-year-old son after they came through and she said, you know, to be honest, he doesn't know anything about the real Christmas story, and I'm so glad he was here tonight because this is a real education. And some people come with their friends, which is nice. Other people have driven by on the highway and just turned in out of curiosity. I think my favorite story is of a woman who told me afterwards she walked for 2 miles down the highway to come here, and that she was following the searchlight we have up in the sky that's our star over Bethlehem. And she said it was kind of like a personal pilgrimage for her to come to Jesus. I really like that. I was just reading again the account of Christ's birth in Luke's record of it, in Luke chapter 2. I never get tired of reading it. It's too long to read just now, but let me read you the heart and soul of the whole story. In Luke 2, it says, "And it came about that while they were there, the days were completed for her to give birth. And she gave birth to her firstborn son. She wrapped him in cloths and laid him in a manger, because there was no room for them in the inn." And that's how it records that Christ arrived into this world. I'd like to ask you to do something. After you've experienced Night in Bethlehem, and you go to your home, would you sometime soon find a quiet place and sit down and read this whole story in Luke 2 for yourself? I would suggest you read it perhaps several times and immerse yourself in the story to try to understand the real meaning of it. I believe that God did something very special for us during that first Christmas season when he gave us his son, and that this weary and sad world that we live in desperately needs to hear it. And now, thank you once again for coming tonight in Bethlehem. God bless you and your loved ones and be close to you this Christmas season. Thank you.